Miller's spot still open?
No, I mean I'll go wherever this process takes me. You know, I'll be on the first flight out, and I'm excited. It doesn't matter where I go. I know, you know, I'll give it everything I have wherever in the country I end up, and you know, I know I have my support system back home. You know, they're excited for me, and I'm excited for this process. So yeah, wherever I end up going, it'll be a blessing for me.
Waynesburg, right?
Yeah, Waynesburg.
Any pros come out of Waynesburg?
The last one we had was Bill George, Hall of Fame linebacker back in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, he's the big name for the football program at Waynesburg.
It's been a long time since anybody from Greene County in general had drafted. Since the '60s.
Yeah, I would say yeah, since around that era. So it's been a long time. I mean, they've had a rich football history before, but as in terms of going to college and professional, it's been a while.
There's a lot of pressure on your shoulders now.
Yeah, but I don't see it as that. I'm just a kid from Waynesburg. I'm trying to just doing what I've been doing. I wanted to do since I was a kid. I wanted to be an NFL player from the time before I even started playing the game. So this is all just. The whole process, it's crazy. It's I can't believe it's finally, it's really happening to me, but, it's been fun.
Have you heard from the Steelers by any chance?
I met with them, yeah. I met with them the other night, had a good conversation with them, and they're always, when I go back, they're right next door to us. So I'm sure I'll be seeing more of them, hopefully, in the future.
Did you meet with JD?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I sat down with him for about 10, 15 minutes. We had a good conversation.
Do you consider yourself an all-around tight end, kind of in that Heath Miller mold?
Yeah, I mean, now with the tight end position, it's evolved so much over the years. It used to be kind of any tight end, there was either blockers or there was complete tight ends. But now there's so many, even here this weekend, there's so many awesome great receiving tight ends. There's also a lot of good blocking tight ends. But I'd like to think if I was able to hone in my craft enough, I would like to see myself as being a complete tight end, first, second, third down tight end, like you used to see in the past.
What's your decision to go to Seton LaSalle? Was that a tough one for you, or could have gone to Waynesburg?
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I'm sure it didn't come easy. It was a lot of conversation between me and my parents because it was a bit. They made a lot of sacrifices to get me there, and I mean, I had to wake up early in the morning just to get to school from my freshman year, but I mean, it was a tough decision, but at the same time, it was easy. I knew that it was in my best interest. My parents knew that it was in my best interest. So, I mean, in the end, it definitely paid off, and I think it was easier than people might think to make that decision.
Scott, what's your dad played at a pretty high level. What's he been telling you about this process in this time?
He just tells me if I talk to teams, just be myself and. Don't be afraid to they tell everyone. Don't be afraid to say what you're good at and just be honest with them. And just the whole time training, this whole process, he's been telling me to give it everything I got every day. I still talk to him once, twice a day. Just he's really involved in my life, and yeah, he's definitely my always been my number one supporter from the time I was a little kid to now.
You ever plan to be with your family on draft day or something like that?
Yeah, I'll probably just be at my house in Waynesburg, just be with family and maybe some close friends, but that's about it.
Where have you been training since then?
I was in Tampa, Florida. It was a training facility called ASPI with Yo Murphy. He's a former NFL player, but I've been there since January 2nd. I flew down and I came straight from there to here.
So you go back down there after this, or were you?
I'm done. I'm going back. My parents are driving in tonight, actually, and after I'm done with my field work tomorrow, I'm heading out. I'm driving home with them.
What about Nate Peterman? What makes him special in this quarterback class?
Nate's he's a quarterback that's always in control of the games. This whole season, he made sure that not only he knew what all the playbook inside and out, but he made sure that he was always on the same page with everyone else in the huddle, whether it be linemen, receivers, running backs. He made sure that we were all playing as a unit, and regardless of whether we were winning, losing, what adversity was thrown at us, he always had he controlled the game, he controlled the ball, he was smart with the football, and I think for that, that's one of the biggest things in a quarterback is being able to manage the game, and I think he does that very well.
Scott, you were probably a kid when the Lee Fritzes and Lamper Simpsons.
Yeah, Lee Fritz, he was my hero, man. I was a little kid. I played football. I wore number 4 because of him. I used to idolize that whole team. My dad was an assistant coach on that team. So back when I was probably 5, 6 years old. But yeah, those guys were my heroes when I was a little kid.
Did you have a chance to do something those guys didn't get a chance to do, play in the NFL? Has it hit you yet? You have that opportunity?
I mean, as more this process goes on, it does hit me. I mean, it's funny because I didn't even think about this whole, like, the combine, pro day, all this stuff. I didn't really think about it until it came down to, like, the end of my senior season, and it became real because I'm always, with football, I'm always just thinking about what I'm doing next. But yeah, it's crazy. I never pictured myself being here. I mean, I used to watch this every day every year as a little kid, just watching all these events, and to be here, it's awesome for me. It's awesome, for my family. It's just, I'm just really happy, and I know they're all proud of me to be here, and it's exciting.
All right, thanks, guys.